As the dust settles from the recent election, we find ourselves at a pivotal crossroads. So where do we go from here? Well, let's dive into some of the significant changes ahead for our economy and your portfolios. With President Trump's return to the White House, we're now making predictions that we're going to be shifting towards an aggressive trade policy. Now, tariffs are going to happen, and one of the main countries will be China. And what we're seeing is that we could really see a skyrocketing of these tariffs up to 60%. Now, this isn't just about trade. It's really about the voters' concerns surrounding the economy, which many actually are perceiving is doing quite poorly. Now, whether that's actually true or not, this is what their perceptions are. And the upcoming administration is really going to try to prioritize some of the immigration reform and some of the regulatory changes that they want to see that can actually really help shape our economic landscape moving forward. Now, one of the main elements here is what we call domestic consumption. And what this means is the things that you and I spend our money on and the investment strategies that are going to be there are going to actually be tied very specifically to the consumption, and then both are going to be tied to the political decisions that are going to be made over the next couple of years, as now the Republicans not only have the presidency, the Senate, and will be having the House as well. So there's going to be a lot of reforms that are going to be coming out. And right now we are in what we call Lead 3. That's the Lions Wealth Economic Activity and Development Stage 3. So what this means is that we have a slowing of growth, but an increasing of inflation. And right now, the most probable outcome is that from here, even though the Federal Reserve doesn't see it, the math is starting to signal we start to see an increase of inflation starting to build back up. Now, we could actually then start to change a little bit. And we could see growth in our economy starting to happen a little sooner. So that would put us into a Lead 2 category where we have growth and inflation. And if that happens, there's a lot of positive elements that could be happening with investments. So what does this mean for your portfolio then? Well, we've been talking a lot about technology and all the different elements that go along with it and how that's a great place to be in this environment. But now we're starting to see financials really start to pick up with President Trump's return to the White House. So this is going to be another opportunity that is there as well. Cryptocurrency. Now, this is, say, Bitcoin and some all the other ones that are out there. They're really gaining a lot of attention right now just because of the fact that not only President Trump, but then also Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and many others now in the new administration pay a lot of attention to these types of currencies and what this means for the global financial future. So there's other opportunities there. And yes, we have to say, let's play a wait-and-see game with some very specific pieces of investing, namely bonds. And what we're really seeing is that your bond holdings right now have been not a great place to be invested. And if we are to have growing of inflation, that means bonds themselves could be in for a very volatile period, and we may need to diminish or lower the amount of bonds that we actually hold in the portfolios just because of what's going on right now. So take that to heart and just be considering that as part of your own portfolios. One more element that we want to be talking about then. Now, as a business owner, there are many things that we need to be considering. One of them, as we navigate all of these new terrains with respect to a new presidency, it's really crucial to have a solid wealth plan, not only for yourself, but also for your business in place. And your personal assets and your business assets could actually be at risk. Now, what I mean here is that we need to have the formal business structures in place. If we don't, you could actually be vulnerable to not only legal claims from patents or even from customers, but we have to select the right ownership as well, because this can help to shield your assets from potential being accessible to others. So building a protection plan surrounding your business is actually an essential component. And whether it's insurance titling, going through and utilizing the exemptions correctly, safeguarding your retirement funds, and you have to think beyond some of the just complexities of it. And there are many techniques that we can use with your corporations. We can be looking at different types of trusts. We can be looking at how to enhance your asset protection plans through multiple entities. And if you need some clarity on this, if you would like to talk about your wealth plan after this election and all the different things that it means, let us know. We're here to provide a second opinion for you. And it starts with an understanding of where you're at today, figuring out where you want to go in the future, and then identifying if there's any gaps that exist. So schedule a meeting with us today. Click the link below and you can set up a time that works into your schedule. So we hope to be guiding you through the new year, new presidency, and all the ramifications correctly. Take care.